Do you ever feel tired when you look into the internet and when you see certain things, certain news? Do you ever get tired of it? There's a war going on outside the country, but what about the war that happens inside our country, between two communities for that matter? What about that? And every time I see this, they are filled with hatred. The comment section is full of hatred. Supposing a person with a certain name comes and then comments out there, and then finished. That person is gone. There's a trail of trolls out there, and then they will not leave that person. They will call him T word. And imagine a person who's, typing that word. He doesn't know that person at all. He does not know anything about that person, and still he will write that word. And the person who's reading it, just imagine how he would feel. I have been called as T word, today in the internet. Just imagine. This is my personal experience also. There were certain mothers who would not want to come inside this community, the place we are staying right now, because in the other side of the road there is a mall, Quest Mall, and sometimes we need to go there. But they would not enter into this community. They would rather go all the way from Park Circus to Quest Mall, but they will not enter into this community because of the same reason. And they also discouraged me not to stay in this community. Why would you stay in this community, they would say like that. And we were kind of immune towards these kind of things, because the way we grew up in another state which did not have certain this kind of issue. At least we have our issues of our own, but it's like we have it in a very low level probably, and it's an inside kind of a thing. And I know that it will only start, that is just the beginning, and it will become big in coming days. I know that. But see, about this community problem, this particular community problem that we are talking about, I'm not going to be so specific about it. So this community that we are talking about right now, we did not have such kind of community problem in my state. So that is why we did not face anything, we did not hear anything, we did not see any kind of hatred, such kind of hatreds. So that is why I think probably that's why me and my husband were okay living in this community, and we don't think that way. We don't have any sort of phobia. So that's the reason why we are staying here. We all are being played, and then those who are being played, they should understand that they are being played. But no, they would rather get encouraged by these things. Where does it come from? I do not know. I mean, I cannot even say the progressive countries are not like that, because progressive countries do have problems. Till date, they have problem. Such kind of problem, racism and community problem and all these kind of prejudices, they do have problem. And so I cannot say that one needs to be in a progressive state to not think this way. I don't think so. That's the thing. And it's not about education also. Educated people also talk like this. I used to go to a dentist for my mother, and a few weeks ago, I don't know how we landed into this particular conversation, but she had a patient who was, I think, a Chinese. She asked me, how do I feel when you are called as Chinese? Then I said, I don't feel anything anymore, because it's their problem. The ones who say it, it's their problem, not mine. So I don't react anymore. I don't feel anymore. So she was also saying, see, every North Indian has to be see, every Kapoor has to be a North Indian. See, every Punjabi has to, see, every, North Indian has to be Punjabi. See, every Punjabi, oh my God, I don't know what she said. I forgot. The experiences one, eh? So what else I can say out here? How to end this? Okay, there's problem everywhere. We have problems everywhere. Okay, we can't keep talking about the problems and with no solution ever. So I'm just tired. I just feel tired when people talk about problems and problems after problems, and there's no solution after that. I've just given you an example how mothers talk. How mothers talk about certain phobia, that they have. Openly they talk, that too. From their mouth, these kind of things are coming out. So you know how they think, how the thoughts are. I don't think it's everybody again. I think it's not okay to generalize again. So I'm telling you on the basis of what I have seen and what I've experienced, right? So all my videos are based on that. So you may relate with it, you may not, you may agree with me, you may not. So it is up to you. What do you think? All right. So this is my point of view. I think parents can stop this. you know I just talk about those mothers, right? About those women who would not step into this community. Imagine what they will tell. I don't know what they will tell their children later onwards. I'm sure they would say the same thing to their children too. Don't step into that community, like they were advising me, right? So the parents have to stop this. Bring up your children in such a way that they do not have any sort of phobia inside them. They do not have any kind of prejudices. It is that simple, actually. To break this chain, to break this curses, to break this problem that goes on in within this country, we have to teach them. We as parents, we as mothers, we have to teach our kids. Now let's stop this bullshit. Let's stop this. You are the one who has to say it to your children. You are the one who has to teach your children. I don't know whether you'll agree with me or not, but this is, I think, this is the only solution. I feel this is the only solution. I can't even think of another option. This is the only solution that I think that parents have to teach their kids, right? They have to stop this. Otherwise, this will continue and it will blow out of proportion. The politicians will come and play with us, and then we will get played otherwise. And then it will be a big time problematic. I just believe in it that this kind of problems will certainly not happen. It depends on us. I swear, we have so much of responsibilities, and I sometimes think, how am I going to do it? I just feel so, I don't know. I just feel anxious. I don't know how will I do this. How will I do this job as a mother? You have to teach your children so many things, so many things. When you get excited about a holiday, you know what will happen to your children? Your children will think the holidays are better than your school days. And we have to stop doing that. Yay, holiday. We have to stop doing that. So just imagine this. We have to teach our children so many things, and sometimes I feel I don't know how will I teach my children. There are so many things, and maybe I will, by mistake I will say something. By mistake I will, miss out on something, and they will not learn that thing, and they'll grow up into, having certain kind of thoughts and ideas, and then it will become their character. That just scares me off. I don't know what scares you off, but to me that scares me off. It is like so huge. How are we going to do this job? I have no idea. But I think we will get through it. We will observe everything that goes on. We will be alert, right? And then we can deal with this. I'm sure we can deal with this. One issue at a time, right? We can do it, I'm sure. Do not worry. So the people who fight continuously about, religion, I just feel like, what is better thing to do? I feel, why don't we talk about what is good in our religion, what is good in our faith, instead of putting the other person's religion down, instead of talking bad about other people's religion. Why don't we talk about the goodness of our religion, our faith? Why don't we do that? But the thing is, if you are talking so bad about other people, you are attacking somebody's religion, then whatever you are from, whatever you have, means it must be really good. That's why you are attacking somebody. That's why you are putting somebody down. So why not talk about your religion? Why not talk about your faith instead of attacking somebody else? Makes sense, na? Confidence has to be there about our own faith, about our own religion, and about our own thing. But that doesn't mean you will spew hatred, you will attack somebody. It really does not mean that. It is in the open, and it is like, such a large scale, this thing that goes on, the hatred between these two communities. Every time they have to fight, in each and every article that I see, everywhere they have to fight, everywhere they have to talk hatred, spew hatred on each other, attack each other. Mostly it is the people who, I don't know, I would rather not be specific here. I don't want to be specific right here, because apparently internet is not free in this country. Like, it's not like in the US or other countries that internet is free and you can say anything that you like in the internet. It's not like that. So you do have to be careful. But it's like a cringe moment, I swear, when you see such things. And when I think that, I don't know how am I going to teach my children, what all to teach my children. There's so many things to teach your children, and you may just miss out on one thing. And what if you miss out on one thing? Oh my gosh. Have you ever imagined the effect of missing out on one teaching? It's going to affect the whole life. One should talk about their religion, what good things we can learn about their religion instead of attacking others, what it has done to you on a personal level and what it can do for others. Why don't we talk about this? That is showing confidence in your own religion, in your own faith, the things that you are doing, right? And we can't just be doing things. We can't be just belonging to certain religion just like that. There has to be a reason. I think so. If you are an atheist, why are you an atheist? You need to have a reason. If you belong to certain religion, why are you in certain religion? You need to have a reason for that. You need to have, I think, confidence in that, that you are in such and such religion because of this. So I'm going to narrate a story to you. It's from the Bible, the Old Testament. And this story, I read it a long time ago, years ago, I think, more than 5 years, no, I have been married 7 years. So it's been, I think, 10 years, I think so. And when I read this story, I so loved it. I love this story because it has an element of comedy in it, and it shows so much of confidence. The stories are the real stories, which has been kept as it is. Some stories are so embarrassing, but then it is kept as it is, And the Old Testament is full of drama. It has war, it has war crime, it has lust, it has love, it has killing, it has funny stories. So, it's full of drama. I just love the Old Testament. But the thing is, there's a particular story that I remember, and I really love a few of the stories from the Old Testament. And this is one of the story. Here's a story I will tell you. It's from the Old Testament, and as I told you, that it shows confidence, and the confidence that we need to have if we are following something. And instead of attacking somebody's religion, somebody's faith, we should be able to talk about our own faith and what it does, and you should be able to have that confidence. That's all I wanted to say. And so the story is like this, okay? And this is one of my favorite story. So a little bit background I'll give you. Now, let's say God's own country, okay? The God's own country was divided into two parts. One was Israel and the other one was Judah. One part used to worship God. The other part of the God's own country would not worship God. Okay? God used to keep sending prophets. Prophet means a messenger. He used to keep sending messenger to these people to tell them to turn their ways, turn around and to come to God. And so there were numerous prophets that were sent, all right? And it shows nothing but the love of God. That is why he kept on sending these prophets to them. Change your ways, come back to me. That's all he wanted to say, okay? So this prophet also was sent to this another part of the God's own country, which did not believe in God, and his name was Elijah. So Elijah went over there. There was a drought, I think so, at that point of time. And Elijah was sent to that part of the place. And then he was asked to summon the kings and all the people. Okay. And then there was a challenge that happened. It's very interesting. All right. So there was a challenge. And he said, why don't we do one thing? Why don't we have two pyre of woods? One will be for you and the other one will be for me. We will sacrifice a bull and keep on top of each, and then we will not light the fire. Okay, we will wait. You will tell your God to light the fire, and I will do the same. So that was the challenge, and then they accepted it. Okay, the wood was prepared, and then after that the bull was sacrificed and kept on top of that, and then they started calling out to their God, and then light our fire or whatever they were saying. It was already midday, and still the pyre of wood was not lit. It was still like that as it was, and it was not lit. So after that, this Elijah, as his comedy, This part has a little bit of comedy element, and Elijah, mocks at them. What happened to your God? Is he gone sleeping? Is he sleeping or what? Has he gone to somewhere? I think maybe he's in a deep thought. Maybe he mocks at them. And when I read this, I was like, how could he say that? I actually thought that, how could he say that? Because that's how we are, we don't say certain things like that, directly to somebody or something like that. We think it's not so nice to say. But then this guy had this courage to say it. And then they were cutting themselves off, and because that was their custom to do, and they were cutting themselves off, and then they were telling their God, light a fire, light a fire, light this wood, lit up this fire, lit up this wood, but nothing happened. Now it was Elijah's turn, and Elijah, look at Elijah, what he did. It was the same thing, wood, bull, and then what he said was, why don't you put water on top of that? They put water on top of that, kept on pouring water on that fire. It was 4 times, I think they did that. And it was fully drenched. Answer to me, God, and let these people know that you are God, and light up this fire so that they can turn their hearts back to you. As he prayed, as he finished praying that prayer, there was a fire on this wood. So from this story, what you see is confidence, confidence in your God, confidence in what your God can do, confidence that your God is living, can hear you, can listen to you, and things can be done. This is what I like about this story, the confidence. And years ago when I read this, I so loved this story, and I just imagine, my gosh, this Elijah has so much of confidence. And what if he prayed and the fire would not burn? What would happen to him? Just imagine. And I would think that way. But he has so much of confidence. And that is what we need to have if we are following something. We need to talk about its benefits. We need to talk about how you have been touched by the things that you are following. All right. And instead of attacking somebody's religion, instead of talking about somebody's religion, you talk about your own. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like it.
मुलाहरूको भएको छ नि के हो के हुँदैछ तिमीहरूको के भएको छैन अहिलेसम्म तिमीहरूको गड कहाँ गयो सुतिरहेको छ कि के हो उठाउनु पर्यो कि त ट्राभल गर्दैछ ट्राभल पो गर्दै होला है अन्त यहाँनिर तिमीहरू यत्रो नाचिसक्यौ आउनु छैन तिमीहरूको गड अन्त त्यसो भए कि तिमीहरूको गड के सोचाइमा परिरहेको होला त्यसो पनि झगडा गर्नु पर्यो अलिकति यसरी यसले घोचिदेऊ त
अरे ओ क्या हो रहा है अभी तो हुआ नहीं यहाँ हम सवेरे से बैठे हैं क्या है ये माजरा तुम लोगों का परमिशन कहीं पे गए हैं क्या या कहीं पे कुछ सोच रहे होंगे थोड़ा झकझकाओ उनको या तो सो रहे होंगे पक्का सो रहे होंगे उठाओ ना ये बीड़ी लेके उठाओ उसको